Today I want to talk about just being yourself. Just being yourself, being confident in who you are, and not trying to be someone else in order to please others. You know, it's very important to just be yourself. Be confident in your own skin. To just express yourself, to be able to express yourself. It's very psychologically healing. It's the only way to be truly happy. It's just to be yourself. So that means when you meet new people, you may see someone and you may want to be you may want to get to know them, whether it's a partner, whether it's friends, whether it's a group of people. And some people, we all as human beings, where they say human beings function best when they're in a group. We like to support one another, we like to be supported. That's why we function best when we're in a community. That's why we feel happy when we join clubs. That's why we join gangs, because human beings are communal creatures. And that's not to say you shouldn't deal with self. You still need to deal with self, because in order to deal with others, you need to deal with self first, okay? So basically, it's like when you're joining a group or when you're meeting a set of people, you should always join them with no false pretenses. Don't try to be someone who you're not just to fit in, because these people will hold you to that. They will hold you to that character. And after a while, after trying to be someone who you're not, it's going to be very hard to live up to certain expectations. And you're not going to be happy. Let me tell you a story. It's like, I've mentioned this before. When I was younger, I wasn't the most talkative person. I used to be quite shy. I had no issues making friends with people though. But I think when it came to talking with girls my age, in my young teens, I used to be very, very, very shy, very shy. So you could say I lacked a little bit of confidence somewhere. And as time goes on, as you develop, as you get older, you start realizing, like, you know what, stop pretending to be someone that you're not, just be yourself. You know? You make friends easily. You got a good personality, that's very easy to make friends. So when you're talking to like the opposite sex, in my case anyway, just talk to them as if you was to talk to your friend. And when I did that, it was easy for me to settle in to a conversation. I didn't have to think about what I was going to talk about. Conversation just flowed. I was at ease, the person I was talking to at ease, and my confidence grew in regards to talking to girls, and just, you know, just in general, my confidence grew. So as time goes by, you grow more confidence, you get more self-assured. I often found in my early 20s that people would perceive me as being cocky because I was chatty. People would perceive me as being overly confident because I was very social and I could easily make friends with people. And that would make people jealous. That would kind of like create enemies. And that didn't sit comfortable with me. It did not sit comfortable with me that people would sort of prejudge me. So I remember going into a new job and I said to myself, right, I'm going to go in with a clean slate. I'm going to play it down. I'm going to go into the new team. I'm going to suss out the culture. I'm going to blend in. I ain't going to say too much. I'm going to do more listening and just settle in slowly. So I go into this new job, you know, keep myself to myself, don't say too much, do more listening, do more learning. And you know what? it didn't go the way how I expected it to go. Didn't go the way how I expected it to go. 1 year later down the line, at a Christmas party, one of my co-workers actually said to me, you know what, Nathan? We actually read you wrong. You're actually alright. Now, to me, that was a compliment. Because I know I'm alright. Of course I'm alright. I'm me. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm born alright. You know what I'm saying? I'm alright. I live with myself, but I don't need someone's acceptance to say I'm alright. But that's what they're saying. You're actually alright, you know. We read you wrong. We judged you wrong. And I said, why is that? Well, when you come in, you know, you kept yourself to yourself. You didn't say much. We thought that you felt that you was better than everyone else. And I was like, what? Me? I'm the last person to think I'm better than anyone else. No, not at all. I was just like coming in humble, keeping myself quiet. Didn't want to say too much. I'm new. Want to suss out the culture, you know. There's no way in hell I think I'm better than everyone else. No, I read me wrong. Anyway, I came away from that day thinking to myself, this will be the last time I ever pretend to be somebody that I'm not, because if you're going to like me, yeah, you're going to like me for who I am. And if you're going to hate me, you're going to hate me for who I am. There's nothing worse, yeah, than being liked for someone who you're not. There's nothing worse for being hated for someone who you're not. I'm an outgoing person, yeah. I'm very social, I'm very chatty, okay? Not to sound cocky, but I'm a confident person. I am confident in the things that I am good at doing. Now, I'm always going to express that, and I don't care who doesn't like it, okay? I don't care. I'm going to go into circles, I'm going to go to events, and I'm just going to be myself, okay? If people don't like that, that's their business. I don't need to be around those people. Those people can stay far from me. And for people who accept me for who I am, then it's fine. We'll get along, you know? And it'll be the last time that I'll ever pretend to be something that I'm not. Because you know what? If people are going to like it, they're going to like you. If people are going to hate you, they're going to hate you anyway, no matter what you do. So just be yourself. And that was a lesson. And that first year in that work, it was the hardest year because I didn't connect with anyone. I basically came through as a lone wolf, and that stuck with me until to this day. I do like to keep my own company. Even though I'm very social, I do like to keep my own company, you know. But never ever pretend to be someone who you're not. It would always go against you. If you're a nice person, if you're a calm person, if you're a level-headed person, if people don't respect you for it, so what? You don't need to be around those people, okay? Don't put yourself in circles where you don't fit in, or if they don't accept you. There's no point trying to be someone who you're not, okay? Because certain things will happen in life and you will not act the way how people expect you to act. They will expect you to act how you're making everyone perceive you to be. So there's no point faking it, okay? Just be yourself. Be genuine in everything that you do. The right people, you will meet those in life when the time is right. Don't rush anything. Also, it's like we must remember not to prejudge anyone, you know? Not to prejudge anyone. We don't know people until we get to know them. You may hear rumours about somebody, yeah? You may hear rumours. I've had rumours said about me, you know? You may hear rumours about yourself. Oh, don't talk to blah 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 because they think too much of themselves, don't talk to blah blah blah, because you know, for whatever reason, for whatever reason, someone might say don't talk to you for whatever reason they don't like you, they'll tell someone not to talk to you for that same reason. But you can't prejudge people, because if someone tells you not to talk to someone for whatever reason it is, yeah, and that person ain't done nothing to you, and then for some reason you start treating that person hostile, and you start ignoring that person, you've just created yourself an enemy for nothing. You've just created negative energy with someone for no reason. They ain't done you nothing. And you may find the person who told you not to talk to that person, yeah, whatever history they had, you may find that they've resolved their issue. Yeah, they've resolved their issue. But you'll also find that you now have an issue with someone who you never knew before. And even if you wanted to squash whatever non-existent beef between you guys, that person may not be prepared to squash it, because you've treated them hostile, you've alienated them, you treated them a certain way, and that person did nothing to you. Yeah? That person has every single right not to accept your apology. And this is why you should never get involved in other people's business. Always judge people for yourself. And you know how you judge people? You judge people by how they treat you. Yeah? You as an individual. That's how you treat people. Always give people a chance to prove themselves. Always give people a chance to prove themselves. And it's only when they do something against you, that's when you treat them a different way. Yeah? Someone may have beef, or someone may have some sort of disagreement with someone who I know, someone who I care for. The best thing I can do is stay out of it, okay? Stay out of it. Grown-ups should be able to handle their own issues on their own, okay? Civilizedly and maturely. Because you never know, they just may work it out, whatever issue there is. Yeah? We're not talking about getting physical. We're not talking about stepping over the line. We're talking about basic disagreements. Someone's falling out. We don't know what they're falling out over. But if someone tells you not to talk to someone, quite frankly, it's quite disrespectful for them to tell you to do that, because they don't control you. No one controls you. And I would admit, in the past, I've fallen out with people, and I've expected others not to talk to them. But I see now that was wrong. That was wrong, because you're creating so much negative energy. You're expecting someone not to talk to someone because you've fallen out with them. And that's wrong, and it's controlling. And that's a part of me that, looking back now, I could see that was definitely wrong. But you live and you learn. You live and you learn. If people are going to find out what someone's true colours are like, let them find out for themselves. You know, let them find out for themselves. So it goes both ways. It's like, in life, people will prejudge you, but it doesn't mean that you should pretend to be somebody that you're not. And you shouldn't go around prejudging people. Confront your prejudices, yeah? Everyone's got a prejudice. Everyone's got a prejudice. Don't think that you haven't. There's a lot of people out there in the world who are virtue signalling. I'm holding them down, fighting for all these social justice causes. They're not looking at themselves like they're actually perfect. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. What you got to do, you got to look within yourself and say, what prejudices do I have? Because we all have them. Yeah, whether you want to admit it or not, we all have prejudice. Yeah, each and every one of us. The prejudice can be, you're walking down a road, you see a group of teenagers, they're all wearing hoodies. You get nervous. What do? Do you keep walking on the same side as the pavement as them, or do you cross over because you may fear something's going to happen? That's a prejudice. It's a preconception idea. Okay, You may see a lady wearing a very short skirt, high heels, tight top. You may have a prejudice and think, oh look, I bet she's got loads of different partners. That's a prejudice, yeah? You're thinking it in your head. You may see a guy driving a flash car, driving it fast, and you think, oh look at him, driving a car. Bet he's not even got a job, bet he's probably selling drugs. Yeah, that's a prejudice. You're prejudging someone without even knowing them. We all have it. But what if I told you there's nothing wrong with having a prejudice? Nothing wrong at all. We all have it. It's there for self-protection. It's there for self-protection. But what is wrong is when you actually manifest your prejudice and actually act upon it. Now that is what you call discrimination. Now that is wrong. It's when you actually treat people differently, yeah, for your preconceptions of them. There's nothing wrong with thinking something about somebody, but you must always seek to kind of like challenge it within reason. Yeah, you see a group of people walking broad daylight, walking on the road, hoodies on, let's walk. Yeah, you can challenge it, you can walk past. You know what I mean? You see a woman wearing a short skirt or whatever, you know, don't assume that she's going to be easy or anything like that. If you're going to talk to her with some respect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? If you see a guy driving a flashy car, don't just think that person is selling drugs. That person could be working very hard. You know what I'm saying? You know, don't prejudge. There's so many different examples to mention about prejudging. I'm just trying to keep this actually quite PG. But I'll give you a little story about someone who I knew who was on the train. It was late, they were tired, they wanted to sleep, they had bags on them, you know, belongings in the bag, and they were tired. And then on the same carriage on the train was a group of teenagers, boys. And this person was tired and felt, you know, if I fall asleep, I could be so vulnerable. But they thought to themselves, you know what, you know, not everyone's bad. And this person fell asleep, like dozed off, and when they woke up, the bags had been gone down. Yeah, things had been taken out of the bag, and it's unbelievable. So even though I am saying confront your prejudices, yeah, at the same time you still have to be smart. You know, there are people out there who will still take advantage. You just gotta like weigh it all up. Now, those people who did that, you know, they will get what's coming to them. But the person who decided to confront their prejudice and actually try to be non-discriminative and give everyone a chance, they'll get their blessings for that, because that's a very good trait. You know, you can replace material things though. You can replace material things, and I'm sure that deed, what they tried to do, you know, to give everyone a chance, I'm sure it will come back to them in other ways, in other positive ways. But it's very important to basically be an individual, you know, individuality. And lack of individuality is the number one cause of mental illness. When people ain't being themselves, when people are just living a fake life, when people that's pretending to be someone who they're not. What would happen if, when you come across a crisis in life, and your fake personality hasn't got the tools to help you? That's when you have a mental breakdown. That's when you can get depressed. That's when you can, you know, have mental health issues. It's when the fake persona that you've built up, that everyone respects, it can't deal with the current situation that you're in. And you've come so far away from your real self, yeah, because your real self, you thought, wasn't strong enough, wasn't tough enough, yeah, wasn't getting enough respect, wasn't getting enough acceptance. The real self, you ain't developed it, you've just lived this fake self. This is why I got a lot of mental health today, because everyone's living this fake self. No one's doing any personal development. The fact is, if this is weak, your real self, That's what it's all about in life. You're a blank page, you build on it, you work on yourself, you develop yourself, you challenge your fears, you face your fears, you work on your weaknesses. Day by day by day, you challenge yourself at all times. You understand? Yeah? Life's not about being comfortable. You have to earn being comfortable. You can't be comfortable straight away. You have to earn it. Anything you want in life, you have to earn. You work on your real self. You work on your flaws, okay? You work on this. And you continue to work on it. You continue to work on it day by day, year by year. You understand? Yeah? Until the real self merges with the ideal self. Yeah? That's the only way to be mentally sane. That's the only way to be happy. Don't fake it. Be genuine. Okay? Start from here and work towards here. That's the number one cause of mental health. Yeah? People being fake. And when problems come, yeah, when real life problems come, the fake self can't deal with it. Can't deal with it because it's fake. You understand? It crumbles. I know I've been through it. You know? Been through it at a very young age, and I just want to share my experiences with people so they don't go through the same things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? Always work on yourself from the inside out. Respect individuality. Okay? Be part of groups, be part of gangs. Yeah, I'm talking about good healthy clubs like supporting a football team. That's a healthy gang to be part of. Yeah, a group of friends. Be part of those things. As humans, it's very good for our psychology, for our psyche. But those gangs and groups, yeah, and associations that we are part of, they must be accepting to you. They must be accepting for who you are. They must have no conditions that they place on you in order to welcome you in. You understand? Yeah? But when you join these groups, always remember to come as you are. Okay? Always remember to be yourself. So they're accepting the real person. If they don't accept you, if they reject you, fair enough. Yeah? There's always a tribe out there for you. Yeah? And the way how you act will determine what you attract. Anyway, I'm really enjoying making these videos. I'm inspired day by day. There's so much to share. The reason why I do this, yeah, is not only to share with everyone out there, you know, it's also for my children as well. And when my children have children, and when their children have children, hopefully these things that I have to share now, I may not be around in the future, and it'll be a missed opportunity if I don't share what's on my mind now. They may never get to know who they came from, where they came from, and what was on my mind.